It's your boy, Amreezy, and I'm back with another Road to Sorare Boss episode where we follow my journey in the wonderful world of Sorare. I show you my lineups, my cards that I'm buying, trading, show you my lineups for the coming weekend, talk Sorare, all of that good stuff. And I just want to say, you know, every Thursday we do a Road to Sorare Boss episode. You should know the schedule now, people. Come on. Every Thursday it's Road to Sorare Boss episode. Every Monday is Fantasy Football, where we review the Premier League weekend. We talk about Sorare live on YouTube. Live. This week was with Jack P. So if you've not seen that episode, you can see it on catch up. It's on the channel. All the episodes are available to catch up on. So if you can never make it live, fear not. They are available on the channel. I was joined by Jack P. We had a really nice chat. Time flew by. At the end, we were both like, whoa, that was an hour and a half. It's just gone by like that. So thank you to Jack P for coming on. Next Monday, it will be an international break, so there'll be no Premier League football to talk about. So I'm going to use that as an opportunity to re-invite Hearn Doozy, who is a brand new Sorare manager. He just started playing this year for the first time. So we're going to sort of do a 1 month catch up with him, see how his gallery's looking, what's he been winning. If you're a new Sorare manager, that might be interesting for you. Join us live on Monday, and join us in the chat for that as well. Like, subscribe, comments, all of that good stuff. We are going to talk Sorare. Last weekend just gone, I finally hit a hot streak. I have not hit hot streaks for the first 2 weeks of the season. I've been patiently sat there watching everybody else hit hot streaks, watching everybody else have cash, spend the cash, having lots of fun. Sort of like that Simpsons moment when Bart and Lisa are watching the people playing outside in the sunshine. That's how it's felt. But I hit a hot streak. Well, I'll show you my lineups in a bit. I also did some crafting yesterday because I thought, you know, maybe help me build some lineups this weekend if we craft something good. So I'll insert that as well. I filmed the crafting. I'll put that in here. And then we'll have a look at the international break lineups that I'm building. There's nothing too serious because it's an international break. You know your boy Amreezy doesn't take international breaks seriously, and nor should you. So I'll show you my lineups for the coming week and the current week that's live. Anyway, let's start by looking at my lineups from the weekend just gone. Right then, gang, here we go. These are my lineups from the weekend just gone, which was game week 5 in Sorare. And we hit the Premier League hot streaks, the very first one that we needed. We needed 360 points. We actually hit it twice, which is not too shabby at all. So we've gone from not hitting it by the silliest reasons, DMPs or really low scores unexpectedly. And then this week, typical, hit it twice. So, I mean, we only get one streak. Doesn't count that we hit it twice, but, you know, good to know. And this was the first game of the weekend, Chelsea v Fulham. So it was quite nice for me to know that the streak had been hit with the first game of the weekend in the Premier League. And then I could enjoy the rest of the weekend. I could enjoy that Grealish 100 points from Jack Grealish. I bought him for £9.80 with market credits as well. £4.50. He's now being sold for like £40-50. So be sensible. When you see an opportunity, jump on it like I did with Jack Grealish. I bought him after his first appearance when everybody was like, oh, he didn't start. I don't want Jack Grealish. Second game, he gets 2 assists. I already had him. So I had him for this 100 and I'm delighted with him. I watched that game in particular, the Everton-Wolves game, because I really wanted to see. I'll be honest, I was debating selling Grealish. So I was going to watch that game closely and go, listen, if Grealish doesn't look that good but gets an okay score, I might make a quick profit here because I bought him for like cheap. He's way worth 4x what I paid, so I could sell him quickly, but I was watching him closely and he was just so good. Him and Dewsbury Hall, so impressed with them. I was speaking about it on the show on Monday. I'm really impressed with Everton, Jack Grealish and Dewsbury Hall in particular. And I'm trying to get a Dewsbury Hall. The reason why it's going to take me a while is I would like to get him from the Chelsea collection. That would make sense because I would get a better XP score on him. But there's less of those cards available. So I need a manager to sell me him at a reasonable price. So I'm keeping my eye on a Dewsbury Hall because I think that's going to be a really fun double up. Grealish and Dewsbury Hall. I think they're going to assist each other. I think they're going to be both creating a lot of chances for the strikers at Everton this year. So yeah, delighted with Grealish, delighted to have captained him. I mean, he basically dragged this team to pass the 360 point because Palhinha didn't do that great. Porro didn't do that great. So thanks to Grealish. Chelsea did well. I shouldn't have played Neto. If I'd have played my Enzo Fernandez classic card, oh boy. If I'd have played my Enzo Fernandez, where did I play him in the end? Where did I play Enzo Fernandez in the end? Here he is, 86 points. Enzo Fernandez would have been incredible here. So I guess going forward, if Cole Palmer is not available next weekend or the weekend after, whenever the international break's finally done, if Cole Palmer is still out, I think Enzo Fernandez is the play here instead of Pedro Neto. Although after an international break, it's really hard to predict because South American players in particular, sometimes they get rested. There'll be, I'm guessing, Champions League football in the midweek. So we'll have to think about that. But I should have gone Enzo Fernandez this week. But you live and you learn. And Neto was on really good form before this game. He just had a off day. But luckily, João Pedro, I captained, so we hit the score with that. So that's how my Premier League lineup did. We're still waiting for Aston Villa to finally score a football goal. Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers do not look like football players at the moment. I would really like it if they could become football players soon. Everton have signed Harvey Elliott, Jadon Sancho before the transfer deadline closed. Maybe that makes them more creative. Maybe that gives them some more attacking energy. Maybe Watkins and Rogers can benefit from that. Either way, I've committed to it. I'm not selling them. I've committed to it. Aston Villa till at least Christmas. So Watkins and Rogers, we're just going to have to hope eventually click. And then we had a throwaway lineup, which did what a throwaway lineup does. Shout out to the common mode. If you are playing Sorare for free, there's this common mode, which previously hasn't been that exciting because you're just winning essence in common to buy more common packs, to win essence to buy common packs. Now, however, there's hot streaks in common. So there's a chance to win potentially more exciting prizes in the free-to-play Sorare mode. So if that's your cup of tea, check it out. If you've not signed up to Sorare yet, use my link in the description. Helps you out, helps me out. Be like N'Golo Kante when Chelsea win the Champions League and help your teammates out. So I had a couple of common lineups. So I'm taking common a little bit more seriously because even for me, a manager who plays on a little bit of a budget, the common mode is still useful. And also, it's very useful for when you go on the homepage. These missions are just slowly adding up. These missions here, there's common ones, there's limited ones. Like you can get either XP points, common essence. It's useful. And sometimes there's like cash market credits available. I got market credits from I'm pretty sure a common thing of like a week ago. And like international breaks, there's loads of little competitions here where you can use your cards to win either essence or market credits. So, you know, if Cucurella, Rafinha, or Julian Alvarez do anything this international break in this game week, I can win $3 of market credits. So if you're not doing that already, do that. Where were we? La Liga in season is still letting me down. I'm just not having fun with La Liga in season. I'm at the point now where I've only got 4 cards in season. I'm just going to keep rolling those 4 cards until we get lucky or until I can craft a La Liga card. If I can craft a La Liga card, that might change things. Then all of a sudden I've got a new defender, I've got a new attacker. But for now, we're just going to hope we get a 1 week well for these guys. I mean, these 3 are smashers. Kubo, Rafinha, Almada. Amazing players. On their day could do well. Goalkeeper, I've got a 52, considering he's a bad, cheap goalkeeper. That's not bad at 52. And then we would just need to get a bit lucky 1 week. Sociedad, come on, sort it out. Last year, you had a terrible year. This year, sort it out. Bundesliga, common. Champion, what did we win here? 100 essence from this lineup where we went Barcelona. Noni Madueke didn't quite work out. Cunha definitely didn't work out. I've not looked at Cunha's injury, but I hope it's not serious. But yeah, Cunha, I was saying last week, he's not going to be my in-season lineups anymore. That was the plan, for him to be an in-season classic card, because I was like, he's going to have loads of fun at Man United. It's not working out so far. Tangallier is having a great season. Go check out his scores if you're looking for a cheap, I guess he's not cheap anymore, but a fun La Liga defender. Tangallier from my Sociedad collection last year, not Sociedad, Alaves. Same colours, same stripes. Then we went for a full Forest outfield stack against West Ham at home. West Ham, been dreadful. Forest, been good. Forest at home. West Ham, dreadful, let me reiterate. And Forest lose 3-0. So that plan didn't work. So that was a car crash. Then we went for a full Chelsea 5 and then a Spurs 2, and Spurs let me down. So Spurs are back to frustrating me again after 2 good weeks at the beginning of the season. Bournemouth are very good. And I think if you're playing in season and you're looking for a budget team, I've got my eye on Bournemouth. You'd have to pay a little bit more for Semenyo, but I think he might be worth it. And then you get Evan Nielsen, maybe Truffert, the goalkeeper, Petrovic, and then one other. So Spurs were playing a good organised team, but they should have done better. They had chances. Again, they've made a few deadline day signings. They've got Javi Simmons to come in. Maybe that will improve things at Spurs. Maybe these guys will start getting better scores. Let's hope so. All the Chelsea boys were delightful. 2-0 win against Fulham. Beautiful. Trevor Chalobah, 100 points from Big Trev. Come on. How much did we win there? 510 essence for that lineup. So, not too shabby. Not too shabby for Classic. Remember when people said Classic was dead? Now look at me. I've got half a card here from a bunch of Classic cards. More Classic cards giving me 100 essence. Crystal Palace kept a clean sheet against Villa. I did think they would. So this was my insurance policy if Watkins and Rodgers failed me. I had these two boys here. They both did well. Marcus Alonso not playing really let me down here. And there was no reason why he didn't play. It was a surprise DMP. He's usually that stable defender in the back three. Centre-back three, plays the left of the back three. Usually does well. But Marcus Alonso, unfortunately, didn't play. And Lewandowski didn't do well. I shouldn't have captained him. That was a silly move from your boy. Under 23, we didn't win anything in under 23, but we didn't get relegated. And we couldn't get relegated because we were in Division 3 across the board. So these two lineups were throwaway lineups. Santiago Munoz putting up a surprise score. He's a former Santos player. My team, my boy Santos. And he's now in MLS. So he might do well. I'm surprised he's doing well because he was terrible for Santos. But hey, Kaminsky did well. Malo Gusto did well. Stukas did well. Akliush is having a really good season for Monaco. Magnus Akliush, keep your eye on him. Fofana, okay. So there's a couple of okay scores across the board here. So I'm still keeping my eye on my under 23 league. I'm still going to occasionally put out a big lineup for the under 23s. Obed with a 0. Did he not play? No. Yeah, he didn't play. Why? I have not looked into this. Okay. All-Star. Now, Santos played Tigres. I went to the game. In fact, let me insert some photos here of the game. Why not? I've got them on my phone. I'll insert some photos right now of this is what Santos and Tigres look like. That's what Santos and Tigres look like. So I went to the game mainly because, I love Santos, obviously, and they're my kind of Mexican team, but Tigres are my second Mexican team. And I kind of wanted just to see the Tigres players, I'm not going to lie. I wanted to see Angel Correa, Lainez, Bruneta. I wanted to see the boys. And so I had a full 7 stack of Tigres cards, which won me 500 essence, 510 essence. Thanks. Shout out to the boost. 510 essence. So Tigres did well. They won 1-0. It could have been way more if it wasn't for the goalkeeper, Acevedo, who saved a penalty. I recorded it. Let me insert that here. This is Acevedo saving a penalty. What a save. What a hero from Acevedo. So Acevedo is here. Look at that. I put him in this lineup because I put 3 Santos players in this lineup just because I wanted to cover my base. So I had some Santos skin in the game and I had some Tigres skin in the game. Acevedo got 100. It's his first 100, I think, ever. I think I mean, it could have been literally, it could have been 5-0 to Tigres. Acevedo made so many saves, saved the penalty. At the end of the game, when the fans were leaving, we were all just chanting Acevedo, 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 which was lovely. For him to be recognized because he is such a good goalkeeper in such a terrible team. Look at his scores, 100, and he hasn't had an 100 there's a 99 all the way back in March 2024. There was a 99, but still not 100. And it won't let me go any further back than that. So that might be his first ever 100, and I was in the stadium to see it. So Sorare history made. Anyway, Tigres did well. Despite only scoring 1, they still won me 500 essence, which I will take. This lineup won 100 essence. This was my smasher lineup, and it was let down by Plavicino at Necaxa. Bit of a surprise defeat for Necaxa, 3-0. A shame. If he'd have done better, that could have won something a bit more, but he didn't do better. Julian Alvarez, again, a bit of a poor score. And my boy, my favorite defender, apart from Doria. POV, yeah. Third lineup, shout out to Jordan Teze, who seems to be playing for Monaco now. Monaco got a big win, actually, 3-2 against Strasbourg. So I hope Monaco are going to get back on their track because I've got a full 5% collection from Monaco. I want to put it to use. Then we have, this Santos lineup. The Santos boys let me down. Tigre, apart from Acevedo. Trent Alexander-Arnold, a nice score from Trent. Good to see him with a good score finally. Hopefully he can start building on that because I bought this Trent card last year, kind of when all the Liverpool fans were selling him for cheap because they were so angry at him. And I was like, I'll take him because I don't care that he's leaving Liverpool. And I think he'll be a really good scorer in La Liga. And it's not worked so far, but a 76 is a good start from Trent. Hopefully he can build on that and he can be a useful card for me in Classic Champion because on his day, he should be a smasher defender in La Liga. So that could be a fun card later. Let's see. So those were my lineups from the weekend just gone. I did some crafting yesterday and would you know it, I recorded it. So here's how my crafting yesterday went. Right then, welcome to what I like to view as the transfer office. I like to view the crafting room almost as 10 of my agents at the club have come to me with new players that they think would be great additions to the club. And most of my agents are terrible. They suggest terrible players that aren't a bad fit. I've not really got the best agents at this club. But now and again, one of our agents finds a gem, finds a player that I'm like, you know what? He could be a good player at the club. So let's see what the 10 agents come with. I was going to try and be a bit more patient with my essence. I was going to be like, let me save up. Let me save up for maybe double this. So it's like 7,000, maybe 8,000 essence. Then we can craft more cards at once. Because I did that when I first did my first ever crafting. I had like 7,000 or 8,000. But I'm impatient. It's the international break. There's not really much Sorare lineups to be building. I'm getting a bit bored. So we're crafting. We're going to have to craft. So we've got probably 3 crafts here because we've got a lot of clues still. So even if it's a star room, I've never had a star room still. But if it was a star room, we would still be able to use these crafts. If it's going to be a tier 2 room, I think we might use crafts as well. Because I think it might be worth it. Because tier 2 cards is the best I've ever had. So let's get going. First craft. 10 agents are approaching my office. And it's a standard, of course. So we've been going with the first one or the last one. Because the first agent who comes into the office, he's usually got some good ideas. And the last agent, sure, he's late. He's sitting at the table. He's the last one here. But he's usually last for a reason. He's usually got a fun player. So we do have a chance of 49% Premier League. Oh, how much is a league cost? I've got 2 leagues, but I can't use it on a standard. Let's just use last room. Here we go. Oh. It's okay. It's okay. Who did we miss out on? A Todibo at West Ham. A McCarthy could have been fun at Nottingham Forest. Yeah, nothing really. Aaron Hickey, shout out to Hoodwink. I think he's got one of them. Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. This guy's probably worth what? 50p, 30p. How much can we get an Emmanuel Cecchini for? Yeah, cheapest price, basically. Doesn't play. Substitute player for San Lorenzo. We'll keep him. I mean, he's been traded for 24p. In fact, we're not keeping him. We're not keeping him. We're returning him. We're returning him for Essence. I mean, if he's been listed for 24p, that's basically as cheap as you can get on Sorare. So, that was garbage. Come on. It's international break. I should be getting big international cards. Should be getting Lamal and Mbappe, but surely, right? It's international break. Help me out, Sorare. Premier League, La Liga. Help me out. In season, let's go. Come on. Come on. I'll take a tier 2. Oh, standard again. We're going to stick to either first or last. We went last time. Let's go first this time. And it is the one and only Benjamin Lecomte, a 34-year-old backup goalkeeper for... Oh, the last pick was better. Oh, there's an Alexandro from the French league. Andy Robertson. There were some better picks here. Yeah, we would have taken an Andy Robertson. We would have taken an Alexandro would have been the one at... Been putting up some big scores. A couple of low ones, but 25-year-old defender, we would have taken that. Instead, we've ended up with the backup Fulham goal. I don't even think he's a backup goalkeeper. I mean, he might even be third choice. Was playing last year for Auxerre. So I'm guessing he's going to be... He's the backup. He's the backup Fulham goalkeeper. Maybe something happens to Leno. And we'll claim that. Maybe something happens to Leno. Maybe we get lucky. Maybe we can trade him. I'm guessing if he's a backup goalkeeper, he's worth like £1 or £2. So we might be able to trade for a card we do want. Right. Last one. Come on. Let's do this. This is my new theory. I've just come up with now. If you do this, it's almost like when you shake the dice. You shake the essence, and then you go, whoa, and then you get a good one. Maybe. Standard. The dice roll, the thing doesn't work. Let's never do that again. I think so far I've not really missed out anything good in standard. Yes, there'd been that French guy. But even if I would have gone league, I would have chosen Premier League. And even if you go league, then it's still not guaranteed. Also, there's no Premier League in this. All-Star or Champion. We've burnt our Premier League essence already. Right, we went first last time. We're going to go last one this time. Here we go. It is the one, the only Ben Davis. Helps with the Tottenham collection. That's actually okay. Helps with my in-season Tottenham collection, even though I'm not going to play him. But we've not missed out on, oh, someone here. A 4-star. Emilio Martinez. Oh, that one was bad. Where's he gone? He's playing first team now for, is it Palmeiras? Yeah, Emilio Martinez, that one would have been fun. Jacob Ramsey probably would have been fun as well. Yeah, no, we missed a few nice ones here. Ramsey, Emilio Martinez. Oh, well, helps with the Tottenham collection. So, claim. What a crafting, hey? What a crafting. Oh. So I guess the most useful card I crafted was Ben Davis. And here are my lineups for... Now, the lineups are a bit weird on Sorare. The dates are a bit off. We don't have our usual Thursday or Friday deadline. But I'm still doing my video on a Thursday. So there's currently a live international game week. And then there's one coming up in 21 hours, as you can see. So the one that's currently live, Ben Davis, who I just crafted, went straight into my lineup. Because Wales had an easy game against Kazakhstan. So I've got Ben Davis, Nico Williams, Harry Wilson, and Brennan Johnson. I don't know why I never deliberately targeted a Wales stack, but over the last year and a half, I just have accidentally picked up Wales players, some of them through crafting, some of them through buying them accidentally. So I've accidentally got a Wales stack of 4 cards now. And they only won 1-0. That game's finished. They won 1-0, which is a joke against Kazakhstan. This was a chance for Brennan, Harry Wilson, fill your boots up, Nico Williams, get an assist. Don't get a yellow card, get an assist. So I don't think I'm going to win anything good here because the Wales boys let me down. I mean, we're 55th at the moment, but that's because no one else has played. Stop the count. We do have... Oh, and the problem for me in international breaks is I don't have any goalkeepers at international level. I should have bought a Jordan Pickford in the pre-season break when I saw him at a nice low price. I didn't, and since then his price has gone up and up and up and up, and I don't want to get him anymore. So yeah, Camilo Vargas, who's the Atlas goalkeeper. He's the only semi-serious goalkeeper that could play, maybe for Colombia. So if he plays, we'll have a full stack here playing, because Rafinha should play, Moises Caicedo should play, and maybe we get something if all three of those like get 100. If they all do really well, maybe they can drag some essence out of this. But yeah, it's an international break. Matt Sells maybe gets a game at Belgium, but surely Courtois is better, and yeah. So I've got these guys as well. People like João Pedro, Julian Alvarez, Almada, Cucurella, Gabriel. Good players, but I don't have a goalkeeper. I think at some point, because I do have an idea that when the World Cup comes around, I'm going to want to play in the World Cup. I don't know what Sorare are going to do for the World Cup. I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of in-season and classic options. So I do have my kind of brain thinking already. At some point, I'm going to need to get some international goalkeepers so I can take part in whatever happens at the World Cup. So that's probably not going to be Matt Sells, because Courtois is probably still going to be there, and Camilo Vargas. It's a lot of pressure on big Camilo's shoulders, who isn't the highest scorer for Atlas. So these are my international lineups. They're not that serious. These guys could all play outfield, but I doubt Van der Voort plays. I don't know why I've got the two backup Belgian goalkeepers and not the number one Belgian goalkeeper. A little bit of fun here with the common cards. Then there's the weekend coming up where Wales aren't playing, so I'm really screwed. The other team that I kind of surprisingly have cards from are Morocco. I have Ben Seguir, who's one of my Monaco cards, and an Aguerd card, which is part of my 5% West Ham collection. So Monaco have got 2 games, so maybe... Not Monaco, Morocco have got 2 games this weekend. And I think they're easy games. So maybe Morocco can do the business. I'll captain Aguerd. Lewandowski, Neto, Declan Rice. Calvo is a guy who's moved to a league that isn't covered by Sorare anymore. I've tried to get rid of his card. Nobody wants it. Nobody will trade a card for it. Nobody will buy it. So he plays international breaks though. So I guess he's an international card. And Vicario, I don't think he's going to be the Italy goalkeeper, but Italy have got 2 games in this game week, so maybe he gets one of the games as a kind of the manager just wants to rest the other one or wants to give Vicario a chance. If that happens, maybe this lineup can do something, but I doubt it. Maybe Dean Henderson gets a game for England. Maybe. We know what Pickford can do. Maybe Tuchel decides, let me see Dean Henderson. He's in really good form. And if he does, maybe these guys play. This guy, Asea Villabre, was in my vault. I vaulted him. Now, I do want to say, with Sorare, I'm worried when I vault my cards, when I seal them, I'm always worried, what if one of them starts smashing for a reason I'm unaware of, and you don't see your vaulted cards when you're building your lineups? So I just went to my vault, which you can do by going to your cards, go to your vault, and I ordered it by highest average score, and I saw this Villabre guy kind of in the top 2, and I was like, wait, what? So I think that's a good tip for beginners, for me, just to keep checking your vault, just in case any of these guys that you vaulted, for some reason, they start doing well. Maybe they get back in the first team. Maybe they start doing well. Maybe you vaulted someone who was injured, but they're not injured anymore and you've forgotten to check. So I'm going to keep checking my vault and going by highest average score and just going, are any of these guys back in the first team? Because with the case with this Villabre fella, he is playing now. So he was part of my Deportivo Alaves collection. He's now gone to Racing, who are top of the league at the moment. And his scores, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. 77, 70, 72. We're building the New York City skyline again. Goal, 4 goals, an assist, a penalty assist. So he's on fire. Literally on fire. Not literally, he's on fire. So Villabre could be a fun card in content. Is it All-Star? All-Star, he could be a fun card in All-Star with these kind of scores. And I think his L15 is his L15's 52, so it's not quite caught up with his form yet. So maybe you get 1 or 2 more weeks of him being a nice, cheaper option to help with your capped. You know what I mean. So those are my lineups for coming weekend. I'm going to captain Villabre because I'm so excited that I've unsealed him. I've unfrozen him like Han Solo in Star Wars. So yeah, let's see what happens. Those are my lineups for the coming weekend, guys. Join me on Monday live on the channel. It'll be 10 p.m. UK time. You can translate that for your time zone. We'll be joined by Hernduzi, a brand new Sorare manager, to see how his first month has gone. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the likes, the subscribes, the comments. Everything helps this channel keep growing. We're building a cool community here. Join the Amreezy Alliance. I'll see you next time. Peace.